So some of these guys disappear. Some of the time the leaf node disappears. But what you're basically seeing is the calculation that PK was trying to show in the previous slide is a very conscious effort that we take in alien geographies, especially where we are not present. We get a guy, and if the guy is worth its salt, which is one of the large retailers, or even in the second fiddle, we on purpose try and sell the cheaper plan, and convince the guy to not buy white labeling by trying to be a partner and so on and so forth. Because what we've seen over time is that leads into much more deeper penetration in that geography free of cost. And it's a very well-known strategy that has worked for us. We have done it in multiple tactical ways, but this is just a representation of how one guy has led to those many over a period of time. And all this is like paid set of customers in different pricing plans.
What's the time horizon?
Say that again?
What's your time horizon?
In this case, so this without naming the customer, this is a year and a half data. But yeah, again, the older the guy, the bigger the tree. Yeah.
How is the conversion ratio that we talked about? Is it a sign-up conversion ratio?
No, so that's a cool one. Yeah. So now for us, conversion is anybody who starts paying. So all these are paid guys. Most of these may have churned out, depending upon who we are talking about.
What percentage is the paid conversion ratio for the referral?
Those conversion percentages you're talking about? No, I'm sorry, no, they are not. No, they are not. Yeah. No, so these are different. These two numbers are different numbers. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Which investor is this?
This guy is an e-com guy. So we largely are e-com, travel, and banks and insurance. Basically, three segments which roughly is around 75-80% of our business. Do we have more to show? We are done, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Does this reflect automatically when it goes to the paid, or is this like an offline negotiation? That you say, okay,
No, so the tracking part of it is all automated, right? So when you click on the logo encapsulates all your data, and we know where the guy came from, and we keep it for the rest of the life. In case of, so all our leads are fed into an inside sales funnel, which means there is a guy who is looking at the stuff, and there's some amount of human intelligence. So if it is in geographies, there's this thing that shows up wherein you don't have decent presence. There's somebody picks it up with a huge amount of interest, and starts talking to that guy. And anyways, all our leads are funneled in through inside sales anyway.
at what stage do you stop selling the free plan? Like in the geography, where you
How do you sell a free plan?
at what stage will you stop selling the free plan because you want to make money here, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
you're using those guys as a bait.
Right.
to get into the
Right.
At what time do you stop selling them and start selling them to the new customers?
Sure. I don't have an answer, because this is, again, as I said, very manually done. So for markets that we have some decent amount of penetration, right? Latin America, India, Middle East, and some of the other markets, EMEA. We have decent amount of penetration, and people know the brand. They're aware of the brand. So there we don't even have to resort to any of these tactics. But wherever we don't have penetration, whether it's a category level penetration that we don't have, so somebody in telephony starts using us, that becomes more of a use case for us, a case study for us to sell to other telephony guys. So the dimensions vary. They're not always geography. They're categories and and things like those, which is, again, as I said, very human aided decision. So no automation here. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So, question for you, Avlesh and PK. Given the fact that you guys have had this kind of success here with this logo, I'm sure half the guys are right now thinking, where can I put my logo in the product? So, one question. So, what kind of products are good to put a logo of this kind, and what kind aren't? And for the ones which are not good for this kind of strategy, would you recommend an alternate one for the one-to-end pull?
So I'll give you a couple of examples here. See, anything which is B2B2C, well, we sell to Flipkart or a Snapdeal, right? That's our target audience. But at the end of the day, the fulfillment happens on their website, or their delivery channels, their mobile apps, the emails being sent out from the systems, and things like those. The end result, the end effect is always on an end consumer, right? Which is somebody else, and and very rarely that end consumer will end up being a customer for us. So that funnel itself is very small, if you may think about it. But then we're talking about a scale of millions of user base for the likes of Flipkart. So that itself gives us enough amount of inbound. So wherever there is a B2B2C, I think any kind of approach like this one, not always a logo, but it'll work. But then I've seen examples, right? If you look at Mixpanel, largely an analytics tool, and the guy tells you to actually stick the logo on your site. This is not sticking a logo on your site. I don't ask you to actually put a logo on your site. We create the template and we make the logo a part of it. So we generate the logo per se. Can somebody tell me what is the difference between the two? A Mixpanel says, okay, here is a code for your site. Go put it in and we have analytics for you. But if you need the free thing,